pastries, crisp salads, breads, soups, sandwiches, and more. Panera Bread is no fast food restaurant. Its made-to-order artisan fare is served in attractive, comfortable environments. Their recipe seems to be working. Panera Bread bakery cafes number more than 1,600 throughout the country. Now this $4 billion business is paying it forward, doing its part to fight hunger at Panera Cares in Government Center. Here, it's pay what you can, as chairman and co-CEO Ron Shaich explains.
The way the cafe works is you can come in, it's got the full Panera experience, and we say if you have the means, pay it forward, leave a little bit more so somebody else can enjoy it. If you have a little bit less, take it and leave what you can. And if you have nothing, you're welcome to eat. The only thing we ask of you is to volunteer and spend an hour helping us clean the restaurant.
Yes, it's true. Those who can't afford to eat for free. There are no set prices, only suggested donation amounts and donation bins. So, will people who can pay grab a free lunch?
The way people on average have acted across the country is that 20% of consumers leave more than the suggested donation. 60% leave the suggested donation, and 20% have need, and they typically leave less.
This Panera Cares is the company's fifth. With the first just outside of St. Louis, the company took a big chance. Shaich says it was a test of human nature.
Most people said this would never work. The New York Times came out and said it wouldn't work. The people wouldn't do the right thing. But the reality is we're serving 1 million people a year in these cafes, and people are fundamentally doing the right thing.
Wayne Gilchrist had the money to pay for his lunch today, but he says next week, when his disability check runs out, he's pleased to know he will be able to get a hot meal.
That I have some place to go to grab a meal, and if I can't afford it, I will work for it.
Shaich says his cafes are serving a hidden population.
We have to give voice to the fact that 1 in 6 Americans, 50 million people in this country, don't know where their next meal is going to come from in any given year. 1 in 4 children in America don't know where their next meal is going to come from. This is not a problem of homelessness. Less than 10% of the folks that suffer the effect of food insecurity are homeless. 25% of them have college degrees. 24% of them own their own homes. When you have unemployment that's coming close to 10%, this is a problem that we see in our middle-class society.
Kate Antonacci is Panera Cares project manager.
People are starting to care more about the issue of food insecurity in this country. I think it has been something that seems a little bit foreign, a little bit detached. That's not happening here. You know, that's not in my neighborhood. The reality is that it exists in every community, in every county, in every state in this country.
All of the cafes are nonprofit, managed by the Panera Bread Foundation.
We cannot extract profit from it. Its intent is to cover its costs. Anything we have that's left over in excess of its costs is returned to the communities through job training programs.
For Shaich, it's also about setting an example, about values for his own children. His son, Michael, has been at the opening of each of the Panera Cares.
Panera Cares is really a unique idea. Not everybody can afford to have a $10 meal, so it definitely helps a lot of people. 2 people just left like $1 or 2 for a $5 meal or $6 meal, and a few people also left nothing for a meal. And that's the purpose of that cafe, for people to not look down and to be ashamed of coming into the cafe.
So, how is it doing? That Panera Cares is now the second busiest in all of Boston, and it's bringing in 90% of the suggested retail value of the food. They only aim in those locations for 65 to 75% of the value, so people are indeed